Schneckenabendler. Wir sind Essen auf das Spiel. We have to speak English, of course, because we are at Cranio Creations, an Italian publisher, and next to me is Roberta, which is now marketing and press, right?
Yes.
So here at the fair, you have got 3 new games.
Yes, I got a press day yesterday where I presented all the games, and here we are doing it again with Ants.
Your new games at the fair here are Ants,
Tricky Treats, and Echoes of Time, and collaboration with Arclight, which is Railway Boom.
Okay, and here we have Ants, which is a gamer's game.
Yes, it is a gamer's game because this is a pretty complex game. It's always comprised with Razzo Wistar because of the beautiful illustrations. But in my opinion, this is more complex than Razzo Wistar because you have so many ways to make points. So let's dive in.
All right.
Okay.
So that's what a player has
Yes.
before him, and that's the main board.
This is a personal board for each player has his own board, and this is the garden, the representation of the garden when the players will fight for resources and to fight enemies, and they will compete for the colony. In Ants, you are an ant queen that will manage the until. You have 3 main types of ants to manage. You have the excavators, you have the explorers, and you have the foreigners. You will send the excavators to build chambers for your antil. Then you will use to obtain bonuses, placing the tiles, and then you will pass the tiles from empty to full to activate the cards. There are 3 main types of cards. This is a room type of card that will allow you to gain bonuses, symbols, and points at the end of the game. Also, you will have explorers kind of ants that you will send to the garden to fight enemies. This is an example of an enemy on level 1. When you fight an enemy, you will put the tile upside down and you will put it on your board to unlock new bonuses or your points at the end of the game. And finally, you will have the foreigners that you will send to the garden to get food. Why you need so many food? Because you have to incubate eggs that will become into larvae, that will become into new ants, the new generation of ants that you will send to the garden. And you also have maluses if you don't have enough food and you have to take it from this kind of resource. Also, each player can play or cannot play. It's arbitrary with the power of the ant queen. Each player, we have a different ant queen with a different power, so we have an asymmetrical touch to it. Also, you have this is like Razzo Wistar, a really card game, because you can when you use an ant of a specific kind of action, then you will draw a card from this market that will be refilled each time. And for example, if you want to play an excavator type of ants, you will get a card from this row, and so on. Also, you will have this kind of tracker when you complete a mission right here. You have in total 9 missions you can complete to get points. When you complete one, you flip the tile and you place it here, and this will get you points at the end of the game. This is also a tracker for the play, because when you get to this point or to this point, the game ends, and now you will count the points of each player on this pad. Also, we have the wedding fly here tracker, where you can go with your ant on and get points and get bonuses. For example, here you can get 2 cards, 2 more cards, here a fungi token, or when you encounter these specific symbols, you can choose to exit from the main tracker and enter into these little rooms that will give you that will secure you points at the end of the game.
Okay. And what I am doing on the board?
On the board, you are fighting for the food mainly, because, for example, when you spawn enemy around Here, for example, you can summon food, and with each player that will come with their hands on the other, on the dots here, for example, on the hexagon, we get food for their own. So on the board or the garden, you will fight for the territory, you will fight to gain bonuses, you also fight to get pheromones all around, because when an hexagon is empty with food that was summoned, you can play a pheromone from your board based on the color of your area. For example, here I can play a pheromone in this specific leaf, and I can get more bonuses. And this distribution of pheromones is good for the points at the end of the game. Also, one of the main actions in this game is the incubation, which is symbolized by all these rows right here, which is the production of new ants that we symbolize here by using a specific type of movement, a tiles movement. And there you have new ants to send away.
And when it is my turn, I take one action, and then the next player, or how does that work?
So in one turn you have these main actions. You can either play one of your ants here. You can reach a power of 4 for one action of ants, because you can increase here the number of ants you can summon when you lay eggs. So you can perform stronger actions on the board, or you can play 2 cards from your hand, or you can play 1 card from your hand and defeat an enemy if you are in the same territory as the enemy, or you can incubate. Also, you have free actions you can perform each turn by paying the price in food.
Okay. So each player then gets points, and if anybody gets to here or here there, then the game ends after that turn.
If another player completes a mission, they will go here, and they will the tracker will go up on and on. So when you reach in this case, the 3-player marker or the 4-player marker, the game ends, and everybody will count points here. They will count points based on the missions they completed, the points that you're secured here from the Wending Flying Tracker, the cards, because some cards can give you points at the end of the game, the enemies you defeated, because for example here on the map you can get covering these slots, you can get...
So if I win something, I can cover
yes,
that.
you can get points. Also, you have a specific type of tiles, that the jewels that will give you points, specific points. Every tile is different from one another, so you have to manage what tiles you want to get. Also, you will have these kind of points that you will reach if you go high enough in this tracker. Also, you have points for each ant at the end of the game you have in this area, and then you have maluses if you use this resource of food, and then you sum all the indicators and you get the final points.
And the missions are based off what is the mission here? What do I have to do?
For example, in this mission you have to spread 3 different types of pheromones along the map.
Yeah.
In this case you have to complete a row here. So in this case it's not complete this mission, but if I want to place it here, I complete the first mission. And this one, if I have 3 flags on, I can get them from the cards I can play, or I can get them by completing these specific missions when I incubate.
Okay. And that's basically an overview of the game rules and what you can do. And of course there's the material inside for 2 to 4 players.
2 to 4 players, yes.
And it's a harder game than the Rats of Wistar.
It's a complex game, yes, but it really depends on the kind of player you are, because in Ants you have so many ways to make points that can be overwhelming. But if you want to focus on a specific aspect of the game, it's really easy to make a strategy and to follow it. In Rats of Wizard, the main part are the cards, and here we want to expand our horizon and give the player more ways to win.
Okay. And as before, the game is language independent, so there are just the titles on the cards.
Just the titles,
And
yes.
the rules are in Italian, English.
The rules are in our versions are in English and Italian, yes.
And in next year, I guess it comes out at PD Verlag in Germany as well.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's Ants from Crania Creations. Thanks for the overview.
Thank you.